Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today I'll be bringing you my review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class COG. And here he is in his vehicle mode, which is some kind of like I don't know what this is. This is apparently some kind of Cybertronian armored vehicle mode, and that's what it is. It's a Cybertronian armored vehicle, and it comes with let's see, 4 pairs of wheels, which allows him to roll quite well, and has quite a bit of detail. Not bad. And also, these weapons here are also removable, and as you can see, you can split this apart to form 2 more vehicles, which again, I don't know what these are supposed to be called. I did a little bit of research. Apparently these are called Gaskin and Grommet, but I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke. However, yeah, these are 2 separate vehicle modes that this thing can turn into, and they can combine like so. However, that port is very weak because it's only held on by friction, so it's not that strong of a connection. I don't know if that was meant to be intentional or not, but so yeah, COG. Separate them, and that's pretty much it for his vehicle modes. I think they look really neat. Both, I think I like them more when they're separate than when they're combined, but either way, it looks pretty neat. And what else do I say here? Well, COG here comes, I guess, the weird part. When it comes to transformation, this can like move up and down, I guess, as weapons. The COG here is something brand new, I think, to even Transformers, because I don't recall ever hearing another Transformer do something like this. He is something called a weaponizer. And what that is that you can take him apart, and each part of him serves as a type of weapon that can be used by other Transformers. So it's not just, so it's kind of like, imagine like a bigger version of a Target Master, but it's weird. It's almost like, it's kind of like power linking, but it's like a Target Master power linking combination. It's very weird, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get on to his transformation to his robot mode, which this guy is basically the epitome of a parts former, because you have to take him apart and then combine them together. So first, let's take off his little blasters here, and then get on with his transformation. Lift up a bit. First things first, just lift up. In terms of transformation, he's really simple, because again, all you have to do is take them apart and then rebuild them. You remove this, these become his arms, so this is right and left. Lift this up to reveal the head. Rotate it like so, which is a very nice head sculpt. Then there's a connector here, you just combine, then plug there, and that's it. That is his transformation. Can you really call it a transformation? And these things, you can either have them hold it, peg them on the sides like so, or what I like to do for storage, I like pegging him on the back here. Like so. And there he is. As a robot mode, he looks really cool. Very nicely designed. Articulation-wise, his head can swivel. Can kind of move up and down due to this hinge, but that's more for transformation. Arms can go full 360. If you move a little, he can go in and out. Bend at the elbow. There is a hinge for this thing, for this sort of cannon, but I don't know the purpose of that. I think that's more for his vehicle mode. Legs can go in, out, forward, back, and swivel at the thigh, and a bend at the knee, as well as a ankle pivot. I love it. All of the Transformers are getting ankles now, so you get a lot more dynamic poses. It's really neat. Now, here comes the next thing. In terms of vehicle and robot mode, that's pretty much it. But he has another trick up his sleeve. He is, like I said earlier, is something called a weaponizer, and to my knowledge, this is an entirely new concept. It's a sort of a new idea where this guy, you can take him apart, and let me explain what I mean. Take off his weapons. He actually can be separated into various components. So let's say you take off his arms. So we get a better idea here. You can take off the legs. Take off the legs. And then either have this like this, or you can even take this apart as well. Hold on. There we go. And you can take this apart. So this is cog completely disassembled. Now, each of these pieces, each of these components can be used as separate weapons or equipment for other Transformers. To explain, well, there's nothing to explain there. It's an interesting idea. Now, not to explain, but to show off, I'm going to bring in Hound here. Deluxe, his wave-made Deluxe Hound. To sort of show off the equipment, the weaponizer feature. So first, now there's many ways you can combine into this. I'm gonna choose, I guess, a standard one, which is to make the legs be like extra boots. So you just fold them in, so we have some boots. Then this, like I'm gonna show you like two separate combinations that I like that when it comes with cog in particular. So for the head, I rotate, then fold this up, and then here's a shield. Then you pop out this piece. You pop out this little peg. So now we have a shield. Here we have some boots. And then for this, what is this? I think you can peg this like so. Like so. Pull this out for another peg. And then these are just extra guns, extra blasters. So now we have some equipment here. So let's bring in cog. And I also noticed this, a lot of the, most of the deluxe figures of this line have little peg ports, peg holes, all around them. And this is meant to be be used in conjunction with this gimmick, with this feature really, not really a gimmick. So let me show you. Put him here, just plug him here. We get some boots. You can then peg this on his back to give him a backpack. Whoops. There we go. Come on. This has to be like this. There you go. And then this you can just adjust. There we go. Better yet, I can just have him be like this. Hold on. Again, you can configure this any way you want. So let's make this a jetpack then. I was gonna make this something else, but let's just make it a jetpack. So we have this. Plug this in here. There we go. Darn it. There we go. There, now it looks like a jetpack. There we go. Managed to get that in there. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. I was able to grab it. Then you can put this here on his arm. You get a shield. Then you can add these blasters here on the side. You can put this here. Serve as like a weaponized shield. And there we go. You can see how now has what I consider to be a jetpack, some boots, and an armored up shield. And this is just one combination. Now I'm just gonna bring in Ratchet here for size comparison. As you see, it does give him some extra height and some bulk. And this is a very neat gimmick. I actually really like this feature. So there goes Ratchet with his quarter. And now I'm gonna show you a second configuration that I like. Which, I actually really like the shield, so I'm gonna keep the shield as is. But I'm gonna swap hands this time. Now I'll take these off. And actually, see if I can put this here. Put that there. And another configuration I like is this off. Involves using the boots, feet. Was out. Fold this. Oh, and I forgot to mention, COG does have a waist swivel, as you saw there. He does have it. So let me plug this back in there. Wait, sorry, hound. There we go. So yeah, we have some shoulder cannons. And these pieces, take off his little gun. Put him here as like what did I use for this? Oh yeah, and I remember. Plug them up here. Plug it there. Whoa. Get back the shield, but now this time it'll be without weapons, just a regular shield. And then the guns, just have them double hold it. No. Better idea. Put the guns here. Have him be pointing up, and then you give him his shooter, his blaster. And there we go. This is like another configuration I like where he still has the shield. I really like him having the shield. But now the legs have become an extra pair of launchers with the blasters on, like little leg blasters. So yeah. And this is only 2 possible combinations. You can actually do a lot with this. I've been messing around with it, and those are just 2 that I particularly like. So there goes Hound. And yeah. So yeah, I got really not much to say. As far as I'm aware, this is a brand new idea. And it wasn't even featured in the like I don't even know. I just don't know what to say, except that I actually really like this, and I honestly thought it was when it comes to the what's the word I'm looking for, when the other weaponizers get released, I may actually grab a couple more. Originally, my original plan was just to get COG because he looked really interesting, but now that I've toyed around with him and this sort of weaponizer idea, I actually may get some other ones. Like, I was pleasantly surprised with how well this weaponizer feature worked. Like, it's just really well done, to the point where I think this is supposed to be this is meant to be part of the whole series line. Hold on. Yeah, it's fine. So, yeah. I honestly wish I had more to say, but yeah, I like it. This is really cool. I may honestly get more weaponizers. I was thoroughly impressed with this mechanic, with this sort of feature that they have, where one transformer can be separated into multiple parts, and those parts can be used as armor and weapon for other figures. Now, this is essentially the same thing as power linking, and I think this is kind of where the idea came from. But to sort of dedicate one figure just to be equipment, that's interesting. And to my knowledge, I don't think that's ever been done. At least not on a figure that's this size. I've only ever seen that done with like Minicons or Target Masters, or, you know, smaller figures. Not really like what's supposed to be like a full-grown Transformer. Even the original COG didn't do this. The best he did was that he could separate into 2 separate vehicle modes, and that was it. So yeah. This has been my review of the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class COG. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out. And by the way, I really like the figure. It's cool. Peace out.